today on the Sports Pit. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, short show for you today. We will be with you for just 1 hour because we've got Arizona baseball coming up tonight. The Wildcats are on the road. They will open up a series in Dallas against TCU. Arizona right now still sitting outside of the playoffs, outside of the Big 12 tournament race. Only 12 teams, 12 of the 14 teams get to go to Texas, back to Dallas, to Arlington for the Big 12 tournament. And right now, Arizona is on the outside of that group looking in, but not by much. Just one game separates them from Cincinnati. Right now, the 12th place team in the Big 12 Conference. UCF continues to lead this thing at 10-2. Kansas at 9-3, 1 back. West Virginia 2 back at 8-4. A group of 3, including Arizona State. Baylor and the team the Wildcats will play this weekend. TCU at 7-5. Oklahoma State in the middle at 6-6. BYU 6-7. Kansas State, Texas Tech, Utah all 5-7. And then the 12th spot being held right now by Cincinnati at 4-8. Arizona is 3-9, followed by Houston in last place at 3-10. So the Wildcats with an uphill climb against one of the better teams, not only in the Big 12, but one of the better teams in college baseball, one of the better programs in TCU. They are 20-12 overall, 7-5 on the season. You'd like to go in there and try to be, if you're good. If you're going to start to make a statement, now would be the time that you would want to start doing that. The schedule is getting tight for the Arizona baseball program if they have any dreams of trying to put themselves in a position to make a return trip to Omaha, Nebraska. It's still, I've said, and I still believe it's still possible because, again, we've seen what at least 2 of the 3 guys in this rotation can do. And you've got a third guy, a veteran guy, in Luke Flata, who's performed pretty well this season. But you got to get the Owen Kramkowski you had at the end of last year. You got to get the Smith Bailey that you had at the end of last year. If you can begin to see those guys and get into the mix, I still think in a short tournament with those guys at their best, you can win it. You can win it, but you got to get there. You got to start to show that. These guys have to start to show that. Smith Bailey in his 8 starts this year, ERA 4.34, WHIP 141. That's high. It's higher than you'd like it. 17 walks in 43 1/3. He's walked the most of the starters. Kramkowski has been pretty good in that respect. 41 strikeouts to just 9 walks in 41 innings. He's given up the most hits, though. He's given up a ton of hits. And that's part of the dance for these starters. You know, you don't want to walk a lot of guys. Luke Flata has been the best in 40 innings. He only has 4 walks of the starters. You don't want to walk a lot of guys, but you're trying to put the ball in the zone, and it's getting hit right now in terms of Owen Kramkowski. Because he's given up 47 hits in 41 innings compared to the other 2 starters who are more along the lines. Flata, 46 hits in 40 innings. Bailey, 44 hits in 43 1/3 innings. So we'll see what we get from Owen Kramkowski. A strong outing by him tonight could set the tone for a weekend that is enjoyable down in Texas. A bad start, and who knows what happens after that. But again, the schedule is getting short for Arizona. There's still time. I'm not going to say that there's not still time. There is, but the schedule is getting short.
Quick question. Dragon Ball, have you ever had an enjoyable weekend in Texas?
No. Usually it's far too hot, and in certain places it's far too muggy. It's usually never been a good weekend in Texas.
I think,
can't say that
Kelvin's not here to defend himself.
I can't say that I've ever really been to Texas for a long period of time to decide if I've had a good weekend there or not. not a place I visit all that often. I think, in fact, the last time I went there, I think it was to see the Trojans play in the Cotton Bowl, and they got whooped up by Ohio State. So that was not a good weekend either. That was a long time ago. That was like back in 2017 or 18, I think. Last time I was actually in the state of Texas for a stay versus just going through the airport in Dallas, which I tend to do when I travel on American Airlines. 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. 520. A lot going on this weekend. We'll in our 1 hour here, we'll kind of dive into some of those. We're also going to talk to Bob Hoffman from the Tucson Roadrunners. In case you did not hear, the Roadrunners, we mentioned it on the show yesterday. The Roadrunners are going to be sticking around for a while. They have extended their lease with the Tucson Convention Center. This is absolutely fabulous news if you are a Tucson Roadrunners fan, because that was one of the big concerns when the Coyotes first jettisoned our state for Utah. And that comes back to something else that I want to maybe get into as we've talked a little bit about the Mammoth in recent weeks as they've made their push for the postseason. They've finally gotten to 40 wins. I think they're up to 5 straight wins now. Utah is getting hot right at the time for the postseason. We're still a little bit burnt by that whole situation. But there's several ways you can look at that. You can look at it from the city, and it's very different. I come from a city that lost a team, so I know kind of what that feels like when my Browns moved to Baltimore. But it was Browns ownership that took that team to Baltimore. Coyotes ownership did not take the team to Utah. They sold the team to the folks in Utah, but they did not take the team to Utah. So from that standpoint, is it the same type of bitterness? Should it be the same type of bitterness? I mean, the folks in Salt Lake City, they just did what they had to do. The league initiated a sale to a place where they had some infrastructure that they felt was going to work better than Arizona had at the time, with nowhere to play. Can't continue to play games in a college arena. So, is the bitterness? I mean, should there be a high level of bitterness for the folks in Utah? They didn't necessarily steal the team. The owner didn't just up and move and take the team. They just had the opportunity to purchase the team and bring it to their city. And so I want to find out how you're looking at this as this franchise, which we've been connected to for what was it, 20 years? That the franchise that we were connected to in terms of hockey here in the Southwest gets ready to go back to the playoffs for real. I'm talking about when they went to the COVID playoffs in 2020 and won a series. But the real playoffs for the first time in 14 years, the Stanley Cup playoffs. This franchise has not been in the actual Stanley Cup playoffs for 14 years. And they're about to make that return. Will you be rooting for them or not? Is the question at this moment. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. So we'll talk to Bob about that. We'll get his thoughts on that. We'll also talk to Bob about the extension of the lease, which will at least keep the team here for another 2 seasons, 26-27 and 27-28.
What's our affiliates for the DCAM Sports Tip show like in the Puget Sound area? Because there's a real-world example. The Oklahoma City Thunder just won the NBA championship last year. You think a lot of Supersonics fans are happy about that?
Oh, yeah, no. They are very agitated about that, I can tell you. Look, DK.
But now, again, that was a guy from Oklahoma City that went there and bought that team.
He
right?
went there and he said, I'm not moving the team.
Exactly.
I'm not moving the team.
Right.
I'm
And
moving
then
the
he
team.
moved it.
Yeah. No, he was going to move it the whole time.
Completely different landscape.
Yeah.
Different landscape.
No. I mean, the fan support is why the Phoenix area no longer has a hockey team. The arena issues is why they no longer have a hockey team. It wasn't new ownership came in, bought it with the intent purposes. It was a bidding war to see who was going to come and buy the team to move them, right?
Yeah, the long-term you look at it as this was the city of Phoenix / the Southwest Arizona, contingent that just didn't have a lot of faith in the ownership, who had changed hands multiple times. Even before the sale, how many times had ownership changed for the Coyotes prior to their move to Utah? It was one of those things that just constantly kept coming up. Is the new owner going to move the team? Is the new owner going to... You have that conversation seemingly every 5 or 6 years with the Coyotes. And this is the thing that makes me tell you, DK, as someone who has watched the NHL for a long time and has unfortunately had to listen to a lot of Gary Bettman over the course of my life as a hockey fan, trust me when I say this, before Gary Bettman steps down as commissioner, he will force a team back into the city of Phoenix and get another Arizona team going, because that is his brass ring. That's his white whale. He has been demanding people take him seriously at the idea that, no, hockey can absolutely work in Arizona. That was his pet project. It was also his pet project to make it work in Atlanta, and that didn't happen either. But this is the one that he will die on the hill for. Whether or not it comes back anytime soon, I can't tell you. But if Gary Bettman has his way, another franchise will make its way back to Arizona, simply because he wants to prove himself right. Because if Las Vegas can work, I know he's saying to himself, I know I can make Phoenix work this next time. I know I can make it work.
Yeah, well, we'll see. If that's the first I've heard that this is the hill he wants to die on, for in a desert where, again, it never really gets below 50 degrees in a sport that's played on ice. But hey, if that's the hill that Gary Bettman wants to die on, I certainly would love to see the game back here in Southern Arizona again at some point, because we definitely loved having that affiliation with a team here in our own state versus one that is one state away. So we can get into that today. Well, again, short show. We're only with you till 4 o'clock. Brian Jeffries and Arizona baseball from Dallas against TCU coming up for you at the top of the hour. And because of that, we are bringing in the lady Cricket. That's not Cricket. This is Cricket right there. She's got, Cricket, I see you got some swag on over there.
Do.
You do.
You got your swag on. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's got what they call it, the
Racing
flags,
flag?
the racing flag.
Yeah.
That's
I saw that. I was like, that
very
looks like
Indianapolis.
I
of
should
you.
be wearing that. Yeah.
Very Indianapolis of you.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
so what do you want to do first? You want to tell us what's happening this weekend first, or you want to give us your quote of the day first?
This is your show. You tell me,
so
please.
let's do Cricket's got quotes first.
All right. That we can do. This is a short one. I like
Okay,
it, though.
short one. All
Short,
right.
simple. Alone.
Is today not a holiday? No
N-
holiday
no.
quotes today?
No, I mean, it was like something like, I think, Croissant Day. I
Croissant
couldn't find any, historic
It's
quote or
Alpha
something.
Day in Tucson. My fraternity is here this weekend for
there you
our
go.
77th regional convention.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If I would have known.
Welcome all my brothers. In
Welcome.
Black and gold.
Yeah,
They're
welcome.
not all Steeler fans. Probably none of them are Steeler fans.
Haha. Okay, sorry. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much.
There you go. I like that.
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller.
Mm-hmm.
Helen Keller. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much.
Apes together strong.
Apes together strong.
Apes together strong?
Yeah,
Where's that?
well,
That's the
Planet of
modern version of that quote.
Planet
Yeah.
of the Apes.
Okay. Apes together. I've not heard of that one there. So what's
See,
that
what you
from?
do is you take one twig and you break it, and then you take a bunch of twigs and you show it's much harder to break a bunch of
All of them
twigs because
together.
together they're
Ah,
stronger.
Apes are strong.
Okay. There you go.
Then the other great quote from Planet of the Apes.
No. No. Is that when he saw the
That's when he
Statue
first-
of
That's when he
Liberty
spoke
on the
for the
beach?
first time.
When
Oh,
Caesar
okay.
spoke for the first time.
Oh, okay. All right. Cricket. What it's 3:15 on Friday. What time is it?
What time is it?
What time is it? It is the weekend. Ooh, and a lot happening around Southern Arizona this weekend. As always, I hear the temperatures might come down a little bit.
Yes.
So the nights have just been awesome. I mean, if you
Perfect.
have been looking to sit out on a patio or do something of that nature, this has been the week to do it. So what do we got going on in Southern Arizona this weekend, Cricket?
Downtown Tucson is the Tucson Folk Festival through Sunday.
Ooh, okay.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
Tonight, an 80s dance party at the Surly
Surly
Wench.
Wench.
Yep. So you can
Get your
dance your
80s on.
dance the night away like Prince, Madonna, Michael Jackson, The Little Shop of Horrors sing-along tomorrow night at the Loft Cinema on Speedway. And also Cyclovia is on Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. All the details and the route at cycloviatucson.org.
All right. And I did mention my fraternity is in town this weekend. We've got a step show tonight. So if you're interested in step dancing,
Really?
head on over to the Doubletree on Doubletree Reed Park. I believe it starts at 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Fun.
So head on over and get your step dancing on. Our fellas are going to be showing out over there
Cool.
tonight. So looking forward to that. And then, we have an after party up at Reforma. So come on up there and hang out with us as well. You got to wear all black, though. It's an all black. Have you ever been to an all black party? And
No.
I'm not talking about all black people. Just like I'm talking about a party where you wear all black.
Now, is it like a white party?
Yeah, like a white party.
Okay, but
exactly.
just an all-black party.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to wear black.
Okay.
Black pants, black shirt, whatever.
Shoes, hat.
Yeah, all that.
Right.
Have you ever been to a color-themed party, Cricket?
I don't think
No?
that I have.
Oh, how about you, Dragon
No.
Ball? You ever been to
I'm usually
color-themed party?
I'm usually the last person when it comes
See,
to like any kind
that's
of
kind
understanding of fashion.
That's kind of a big city thing. They don't really, you probably don't do that too much down here in the smaller cities of the world.
Nah.
A small-town folk.
Flagstaff, it was warm clothes parties. That was what it was because we
Yeah.
had to have jackets whenever it would snow randomly.
That's not a party, bro. That's just a way of life.
Exactly. All right, Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather. Have a great weekend.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Country Club in Valencia, major collision occurred there. That intersection shut down probably the rest of the afternoon at Valencia, and Country Club closed. Another collision that's clearing that was reported at Keno and 36th Street in Keno. 61 the overnight low, 85 this weekend, and 90 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. And My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Around Tucson, you've probably seen Cruz on the road across our community. Because Cruz isn't just another law firm, we care about this community. And when one of our own is injured in an accident, we can help. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz and Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
Psst. Hey, Gary, check it out.
What's he doing?
Don't bother me.
Is he...
I think he is. William?
Don't bother me.
Are you daydreaming?
I was. Now I'm talking to you.
You look like you were a million miles away.
I've been reading this book.
How to Be Happy While Still Being Grumpy?
By Frederick J. Fuzzypants?
I've learned I'm happiest when I know our customers get an early Alaskification.
It's one of the best ways to catch trouble before it happens.
And I've learned I'm happiest when we promise no breakdowns for a year.
What else? What else makes you happy?
That's it. Alaskifications make me happy.
Alaskifications make our customers happy.
Gary's right. Getting your AC ready for the Arizona heat is important.
It's the most thorough tune-up for the money in town.
And that's how we promise no breakdowns for an entire year.
William, what are you doing now?
I've never seen this before.
Is he?
I think he is. William, are you smiling?
AlaskanAC.com.
Schedule now.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Some days self-care starts with Nature Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
This is Riley Green with Boot Barn, sharing a deep respect for the cowboy way. Growing up, my dad and granddad showed me what a true cowboy spirit looked like. They'd be up before dawn working with their hands. They taught me to grab the heavy end of a job and always do the right thing and shake hands like you mean it. That grit, that honesty and pride, that's what it means to be a cowboy. Riley Green and Boot Barn, proudly honoring the cowboy way.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking, the list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
Some days self-care starts with Nature Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, let's talk. We were talking some hockey in the first segment. Let's continue our chat about hockey. The Tucson Roadrunners announced this past week that they are extending their stay here in Southern Arizona. Always great news. Another 2-year deal with the Tucson Convention Center. Pleased to be joined by the president of the Tucson Roadrunners. I've been kind of, Bob Hoffman joins us. Bob, I've been promoting this as Cleveland folks run everything week because we've just had a string of people from Cleveland in charge of stuff. We interviewed Brian Bosch, the play-by-play man from Michigan, who is a Walsh Jesuit kid. We interviewed a young man from the Indiana Sports Corps who's also from Cleveland. Rayshawn Kaiser, the new head coach of the Tucson Sugar Skulls. He's from Cleveland. And, of course, you have Northeast Ohio ties as well. So Cleveland folks just run everything. That's my motto for the week.
It seems to be true, DK. I mean, wherever we go, right, we seem to find our
our brethren, our sisters. We find them everywhere. It's awesome.
There you go. 2-year extension, Bob. Run us down how this was, how this came about. Was it in the works? Was 2 years? Was it? Did you guys talk about more years? And how it all kind of played into the final deal for the team to keep playing here in Southern Arizona?
Yeah, no, it was really exciting for sure that we could make this announcement and get it out there for our fans and for Southern Arizona. It started really in last fall, even like right as soon as the season kind of got underway. Those discussions started to be had with the city of Tucson, Rio Nuevo, and then of course the arena, the TCC, and the group that manages the arena. So we started to have those conversations, and honestly, it was pretty much verbally done a few months ago. But as you know, sometimes to get things signed and all the different parties, when you got 4 different lines that need signed on a document, it takes a little bit of time. So we were really pushing as hard as we could to make sure we could get it all inked and signed and official so that we could make an announcement before the end of our regular season, which concludes next weekend. So we beat the tape. We got to the timeline on it, and excited to make that announcement for our fans. And, it really comes down to the current lease that we have does have the opportunity in it for 1-year extensions, essentially, that are on it. So some people may ask and look and wait, let's look at a multi-year now. What does this mean for 3 and 4 years from now? And the easiest piece to this from, not only the Roadrunner side, but I think the city would agree and the arena would agree, is to maintain the current lease, which is, in my opinion, one of the fairest in all the years that I've been around sports and around different legal, agreements and arrangements between teams, arenas, municipalities, cities. It really is a fair lease that does its best to work together in concert to make the world as solid and great as we can for, not only us as the tenant, but certainly for the building and trying to make for the downtown is an important area for us to try to grow and develop and anything we can do to assist that. So let's keep that great fair lease in place and just extend it another year. And that's what we were able to do. And that's where we sit now, moving the Roadrunners tenure in Tucson, at least through the 2027-28 season.
Roadrunners president Bob Hoffman is our guest. Bob, that was obviously the big concern when the initial move with the Coyotes came about, was what was going to happen to our franchise here if the Utah folks were going to potentially move it to another place, move it potentially closer to them. Theirs, we've seen happen with a lot of the NHL clubs that have tried to get their American League Hockey operation as close to the home base as possible. I guess what we don't know is now that obviously they've settled in there in this now second season, what are their thoughts in terms of was this something that they were signed off on? They liked they've liked the working relationship with Tucson as it's continued now in Utah, and the transition of players back and forth is working for them?
Yeah, no, and nothing but great reports from there. And I can kind of, just as a fan and an observer, if I step to the outside of the bubble and look in, the proof is in the pudding, DK. I mean, right now there are outstanding young players up in Utah that are making a difference each and every night. Dylan Gunther, I believe, is at 40 goals on the season, or getting darn close. Lawson Krause is a regular contributor and just a leader on that team up there. And these are all players that developed in Tucson through our system, through our culture and our program. And I think they look at that and say it works. We receive very little even constructive criticism, to be honest, of things that they would like us to do or things that they would like us to present and make available for their draft picks and their players down here in Tucson. We always get great reviews as far as the fans go and the way that our players are treated down here. Tucson really, I think, learned very quickly, and it's probably from some of the minor league history that it had, but our fans learned really quickly that a big part of what we're trying to do here is to develop players and move them up so that you may not see them in your backyard anymore, but you'll be able to watch them on TV every night. And they've really kind of, I think, embraced that. And you see players through the 10-year history of this organization that are now making impacts in the National Hockey League, and our fans still wear their jerseys and still root for them and call them their favorites, as opposed to, the route that you could go to where you get a little bit, a little hurt and bitter that you only get to see a player that maybe tossed a puck to your son or daughter and made an impact to you or your family or your friends, and then all of a sudden within a half a year they're gone and up at the next level, and you never see them through Tucson again. So I think the fans have really embraced that and jumped onto it, and with that they treat our players very, very well, whether they're here for a cup of coffee or whether they're here like Cam Hebig, who's parts of 4 seasons with us.
We're chatting with Bob Hoffman, the Roadrunners team president. I want to ask you this, Bob. Have you spoken with any of your Roadrunners fans that have made the trek to Utah, and what have been their thoughts about that?
Yeah, I absolutely have. We've helped arrange tickets and get people up there to go and support. Anytime someone's going up there and asks us, we do what we can to make sure they have access, because they do sell they sell through quite a few tickets, so they're not always available. And so we've been able to kind of arrange that. But we hear nothing but rave reviews about the atmosphere. The fans are diehard. I've been to Utah Jazz games many times in the past, back in the day when they were, the old Stockton and Malone days even. And as a fan base goes, those Utah fans are super supportive. Salt Lake City's a great sports town, and I think they've really rallied around that team. So it's a great environment. Our fans enjoyed seeing our players there, and they've done a lot of work construction-wise to renovate the arena to make it a little bit more hockey-friendly. And I got really good reviews about that too, that our fans said that it's certainly on its way to becoming a great hockey arena.
And the most important part is back in the postseason for the first time. And I've said for really the first, I know there was the COVID year and all that they were in the postseason, but really first time for this franchise back in the postseason. This Utah franchise for the first time since 2012 when the Coyotes went to the Western Conference Finals and lost to the Kings. How does the excitement of that being back in the Stanley Cup playoffs trickle down?
Oh, I think everybody's excited. And certainly, unfortunately, we're not hitting the mark that we had hoped for this season as the Roadrunners, and have our work cut out for us with 5 games remaining to get into the postseason. We essentially need to win out and get a little bit of help. And so us to kind of rally around Utah and look and see the success that they're having with a lot of our ex-players, it's certainly satisfying and rewarding. And to be honest, it really wasn't even that close, right? I mean, they got up to such a great start and have been cruising for a majority of the season. They had a little bit of a down stretch in the middle of a 10-game stretch where they struggled to earn some points and win some games, but they're getting hot at the right time. I believe they've won 5 in a row, and they're arguably considered, one of the toughest teams to play against because of their speed and their youth. They can put goals up. They can also play defensively. Goaltender Kirill Vermelka has been doing outstanding. And then the other thing, too, that kind of goes to your question earlier, they've created an environment there in the arena and in the town in Salt Lake City that it is a tough place to play. I talked to many people around the league that, that go in there, and like Nashville last night in the game that clinched it for Utah, really wasn't even close. Nashville is scratching and clawing trying to get into the playoffs too, so it was set up to be a very tough matchup, and that home ice advantage really tilted in the favor of the good guys last night, and Utah was able to take care of the business without really a whole lot of sweat.
10 years of Roadrunners hockey here in Southern Arizona has been the celebration all year long. 5 of the 6 largest ticket gates in team history have happened this year. The largest back on January the 31st, 2026. How would you assess year 10 or the 10th season? And because actually I think that means it's year 11, and how that's gone.
Well, I couldn't be happier, to be honest, DK. It was the momentum really picked up, kind of started right around early December. We had a very busy month of November, and people with the holidays coming, it was tough to I think for hockey fans even to kind of get it going that early with all the football that was still going on. December hits, and all of a sudden it was like an absolute whirlwind to watch. The momentum pick up, to see the large crowds start to happen, and our corporate partnerships have grown. The tickets have continued to build and grow, and then you mentioned the some of the historical numbers that we've hit this season. So as an organization, we couldn't be happier with that track upward, and really is just a credit to Southern Arizona and the support they give us.
Franchise record for group ticket sales this year, franchise record for single game ticket sales this year, franchise record for the number of corporate partners and corporate investment. When you all go out and approach the corporate community, what are you finding? What is their response in terms of why they want to partner with the Roadrunners?
I think twofold. I mean, selfishly, for them, I'm sure that they see the number of fans that come to games, and we play 36 home dates, that they get an opportunity for a lot of people to get aware of what their brand is and what their message is. So that branding piece of it obviously is critical, but then we also hear just about as equal, which is really something that makes us proud and a credit to my community relations group and the people that do all the hard work out in the community for us. But they see the footprint and they want to be aligned with it. They want to be a part of what we're trying to accomplish. They want to be aligned with the values that we have and what we try to do to raise money, to try to get out there and make a difference in the people's lives of Southern Arizona. And, that was a day one goal for us when we came in 2016. And, it took time and it took a lot of work. And we've been very fortunate to plant those roots very deep and be able to make an impact and to make a difference and be a part of the fabric of the community. And I think that a lot of businesses want that. They want to be aligned with people that think that way and people that are already kind of at least making efforts to do that. And I think that's a big part of why they want to be a part of Roadrunners hockey and be a part of our family.
And along those lines, $1 million has been donated back into this community to various Southern Arizona charities and 501c3s through Roadrunners Give Back over the last 10 years. When you mentioned, and you've been here since the beginning, when you guys got here, did you have a number like we want to be able to give back a certain amount of money to the community over the first 10 years? Was $1 million the goal? Was it $500,000? Did you surpass that goal? Did you even have a goal? How did that side of it play out? Did it just kind of grow as the franchise got solidified here?
Yeah, it just kind of grew. We started our foundation piece of it midway through year two. Once we got our feet underneath us from year one, and got off to a slow start, but it was just trying to get our hands out there and learn what we didn't know, right? And by year three, we were really fortunate. That first full season, the philanthropy group on our side of things came close to $200,000 in that first year. So then we talked about it, and we didn't actually put a goal in place to sit there and say we want to hit this number, but I always did joke and talk to our team and our group and say $1 million sounds really nice. So let's we'll make note of it, and we'll put a little notch on the wall when we actually get to that $1 million. And we were fortunate enough to do that actually right before the start of this past season. So yeah, we hit that mark, and now we're stretching past it, and we'll see what we can do to raise another $1 million.
Final two home games coming up Friday and Saturday, the 17th and 18th. What's on store for the series against Henderson?
Well, I'm hoping that that we've got ourselves some games that have some meaning towards the postseason. I mean, we'll see where we're at when that time comes. But even if it's not, and if the team unfortunately doesn't have a pathway in, it'll be a way to celebrate our 10th year, a way to celebrate this historic milestone season of ours. We've got a trading card set that is going to be a giveaway on Friday night. Which the cool part of that is that it's the greats from Roadrunners history in 10 years. So it's guys that played with us in year one, and it's guys that played with us this season. So it's a great collective set of all of the great Roadrunners. And then we also on Saturday night, fan appreciation night, T-shirt giveaway, all kinds of prizes, things being given out to the fans. And just, whether you're in first place or last place, that fan appreciation night is a great way to celebrate with the rest of the Roadrunner family and just put together a great night. And I know that the guys love it, and they always come out with typically some of the most passion they have all year long to go out and put on a great show and win a game for the fans in the final game of the year.
There you go. It is the final two games of the regular season coming up Friday the 17th, Saturday the 18th against the Henderson Club and Tucson Roadrunners, inking a deal to continue playing here in Tucson for the next two seasons. Hey, Bob, always appreciate the opportunity to chat with you. Continued success, and let's win out so we can have some more hockey.
I hope so. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Dave. Take care.
Bob Hoffman, team president, Tucson Roadrunners. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Country Club in Valencia, major collision occurred. Valencia and Country Club in the intersection closed probably the rest of the afternoon at Country Club in Valencia. Another wreck at Keno and 36th Street and Keno. Got some southbound and eastbound slowdowns, Keno and 36th. 61 the overnight low, about 85 through the weekend, and 90 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. And My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals?
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Spring Black Friday is on at the Home Depot. Save on grills and patio sets that will be sure to bring your hosting game up a notch. Fire up your feast with help from the Home Depot and save on grills. Like the Next Grill 4-burner propane gas grill was $249, now on special buy for $199. Or give everyone the best seat in the yard with the Hampton Bay Mayfield Park 4-piece conversation set for only $399. Save on grills and patio sets with low prices guaranteed during Spring Black Friday only at the Home Depot. Now through April 22nd, while supplies last. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Full Send Golf.
You guys know how much I really love golf, and I think every week would be dope to post on the Golf Channel. I want to get a lot of guests on here.
Salim's gonna take lead. I'm down to be in it. It's not really work to play golf.
Join the party on the golf course.
I was like, let's go to the range.
Oh.
So what are we putting on it?
We said 10K, right?
10K?
All right. We probably bet more than all the other golf channels, right?
10K, 9 holes.
Those guys bet for like cookies.
I feel like I'm gonna shank it.
This guy's been trading like a Navy SEAL when it comes to golf.
I'm very excited. You excited?
Yeah.
Full Send Golf. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. What a week it's been for the UCLA basketball team. After winning their first NCAA title in program history, the Bruins have been on a victory tour in Los Angeles. The squad was honored at both a Lakers and Clippers game, and they even made an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. On Wednesday night, fans packed UCLA's home gym to honor their team's championship run. At the end of her 15th season on the job, head coach Corey Close delivered on her mission to bring a women's NCAA basketball title to the legendary athletic program.
I remember the first time when I came here in 2011, everyone was asking me, I don't know if you can ever make LA care about women's basketball. And let me tell you, LA cares about women's basketball now.
With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Maggie Gray on Westwood One.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank guy.
Wow, Charles Barkley?
I just moved into the neighborhood. Can I borrow some Wi-Fi?
Yeah, sure, Chuck. That's what the Capital One Cafe is here for. Open 7 days a week at most locations.
Oh, can I use your ATM? My dog walker only takes cash.
Anything for a neighbor.
Can I try the catchphrase?
Sure, take it for a spin.
There's no fees and minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
Nice, Chuck. I'll take it from here. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguide for details. Capital One and a member FDIC.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, short show. We've got you just for the till the top of the hour here, and Arizona baseball playing at TCU in the Central Time Zone. So that's a 6 o'clock start in Dallas, which means 4 o'clock here with Brian Jeffries. Now we do have some additional news concerning Arizona baseball. There is inclement weather that is heading to that area for Sunday. So TCU has already made the decision to move Sunday's game to Saturday. So the Wildcats will now play tonight. Tonight appears to be okay. No weather issues. Tomorrow, no weather issues expected either. Sunday is the day where it could get ugly there. So Arizona will play a doubleheader now on Saturday. So we'll have 2 games for you tomorrow, beginning at the scheduled time of the first game, which will be at noon. And then game number 3 of the series, the second game of the doubleheader, will come up about 20 to 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game. So you'll have Arizona baseball tonight, Arizona baseball twice tomorrow, no Arizona baseball now on Sunday. 520-848-1290 is the number. Let's give you right now, it is time for your Casino del Sol play of the day.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Celtics host the Pelicans tonight with a chance to lock up the 2 seed in the East, and I think Boston leaves no doubt in this one. Pelicans have already rolled out Zion, Trey Murphy, and DeJounte Murray. They may end up playing a G League squad when the game tips off. Jason Tatum is doubtful, and Jaylen Brown might not play either for Boston, but it doesn't really matter to me. Hide the kids because this should be a 30-point blowout by the third quarter. I like the Celtics to cover. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
So yesterday, we also had the Celtics, if you'll remember, Celtics-Knicks. And so we were kind of debating. They said take the Knicks and lay the points. We didn't necessarily. We kind of ended up deciding to take the Celtics and the 5.5+ points, even though that there was a bunch of Celtics that weren't going to play in that game. Final score last night, Knicks 112, Celtics 106.
Damn.
Close.
Celtics plus 5.5 comes up just short.
They missed the boat. They should have had the big game going on tonight, which is the Jazz versus the Grizzlies. Because the Jazz are currently tied with the Sacramento Kings at 21-59. The Grizzlies are currently tied with the Mavericks at 20. DK, there's a chance whoever wins this game tonight loses 5 to 10% lottery odds at the end of the year. So these teams who have been tanking all year have to lose real good tonight just to keep losing and get those odds for AJ DeBonsa.
There you go. That is what we've got here at the tail end of the season. Suns are playing the Lakers tonight in Los Angeles. Lakers will be the Pacific Division. Well, they already are the Pacific Division champions. Let's get you your Casino del Sol replay for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right. So last year, Koa Pete arrived on campus and as a freshman, rooming with his brother, Koona Pete, who I saw yesterday at practice. And now you've got another little brother who has arrived on campus. Dash Fafita is here. His brother, younger brother, of course, quarterback, Noah Fafita. Dash is a freshman. He plays on the other side of the ball. He is a linebacker. I mean, everybody's hoping that he is the second coming of Jacob Manu. We won't. We'll wait and see on that. Don't want to put too much pressure on the young man. But the captain, Noah Fafita, talked about Dash's arrival here in Tucson and how he is integrating into college life and his first spring football camp.
Great. I can't talk about the football side, but he did great in winter workouts. He's been great at the house. That's my trash guy, so he gets to take out all the trash every day, every time I need him to. So I love having him around. Been able to golf with him twice a week for pretty much all year. We haven't got any better, but it's been great being with him.
And then your parents have done a lot of traveling over the last few years. I'm sure they're very happy about being able to just go to one place to see you guys. Can you tell us about just your parents and how they've been able to manage both you and Dash playing football?
Yeah, my parents are amazing. I'm super blessed, and that comes from my grandparents. They're the root of our family. They make everything go. But just to speak on my parents and my family in general, they would go to Dash's game Friday nights, and then they would drive up Friday night right after the game or fly to the away games to catch us Saturday morning. And then my dad runs a youth football program that he coaches my little cousin on 9U, so they would fly back Sunday and coach there. So the weekends were long. They're still going to be long considering they're still coaching my little cousin, but I know they're happy that me and my little brother are playing with each other. They're both here right now, and my mom cried on the way in. So I love my parents, and I love my family.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
I think we got to come up with a promo, J-Dub, that says, yeah, that's my trash man.
Bro, the kid hasn't even played a snap. He's already got a nickname.
I like that. Dash Trash Man Fafita. I like that. He's going to pick you up and put you in the dumpster. We'll add that on there as well. Good stuff there from Noah Fafita. Big brother Noah, little brother Dash. Looking forward. I didn't get a chance to watch much of Dash. Maybe I'll see if I can get out there. I don't know if I'm going to get out to practice tomorrow, but we'll see maybe if I can catch a little action of Dash out there doing his thing tomorrow. Wildcats will be back out on the field. It'll be I believe that is the 9th practice of spring ball, 15 workouts. So there'll be 6 more to go, 3 next week. And then the 3 the week after that, leading into the spring showcase, which will be 2 weeks from tomorrow, the 25th of April at the stadium. Should be a fun time, as it was last year for families and fans of the Arizona Wildcats. All right. That is going to wrap up our short show for today. Appreciate you being with us. Appreciate Bob Hoffman for joining us. Again, we've got Arizona baseball coming up next. Brian Jeffries will have the call live from Dallas, Texas, and TCU. Arizona looking to try to make some noise and get themselves back in to the postseason picture right now. 1 game out of the final spot for the Big 12 tournament. For Dragon Ball, for J-Dub, for Cricket, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you not next week. No shows next week. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic. We've got collisions reported Sunrise and Via Palomita with eastbound slowing on Sunrise at Via Palomita, 22nd and Sarnoff. Sarnoff and 22nd Street reported. Country Club and Valencia. Major collision occurred at the intersection. Intersection closed at Country Club and Valencia. And that's your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic.
In Tucson, people believe in hard work and standing by their neighbors. At Cruz and Associates, we believe in doing the same for our clients. If a serious accident leaves you or your loved one injured, we're here to help. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz and Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. And My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Psst. Hey, Gary, check it out.
What's he doing?
Don't bother me. Is he...
I think he is. William?
Don't bother me.
Are you daydreaming?
I was. Now I'm talking to you. You look like you were 1,000,000 miles away. I've been reading this book. How to Be Happy While Still Being Grumpy?
By Frederick J. Fuzzypants?
I've learned I'm happiest when I know our customers get an early Alaska vacation. It's one of the best ways to catch trouble before it happens. And I've learned I'm happiest when we promise no breakdowns for a year.
What else? What else makes you happy?
That's it. Alaska vacations make me happy.
Alaska vacations make our customers happy.
Gary's right. Getting your AC ready for the Arizona heat is important.
It's the most thorough tune-up for the money in town.
And that's how we promise no breakdowns for an entire year.
William, what are you doing now?
I've never seen this before.
Is he?
I think he is. William, are you smiling? AlaskanAC.com. Schedule now.
Tune in Friday, April 10th as Chip Hale and your Arizona Wildcats take on the TCU Horned Frogs. First pitch is scheduled for 4 p.m. and pregame, starting at 3:45 p.m. right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care and a community of grateful Wildcat fans as we say thank you and congratulations to Coach Lloyd and our Arizona Wildcats on a record 36 wins, Big 12 championship, and a trip to the Final Four. Thank you for another great year. For nearly 6 decades, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care has been an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. We've seen a long history of Wildcat teamwork and excellence, and we know Arizona drivers are counting on that same kind of service for their car's next championship drive to work, school, or back home again. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care will be there with affordable tires and award-winning service at 14 area locations. This month, we've got an entire page of online savings for Wildcat fans. Check out jackfurriers.com/bear down and save up to $140 on the tire brands you love, like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal, and even more championship savings on automotive service. Stop by, call ahead, or make an appointment online. We're ready to help. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online.